Hello again, welcome back to LilyLuLou. My name's Karen and I'm carrying on today with my Flippy Flappy Envelope journal. We constructed the base in the last video, and then while you've been gone, I've chosen some papers. I've gone through and I've dirtied up most of the envelopes. These are all going to be covered, but I just thought if there's anything that's you know, we don't quite get to the edge or anything like that, I've just dirtied up some of the edges. And I realised after I'd turned the video off, there was a reason why Carol hadn't attached these front flippy flappy bits onto her base at that point, because when she covered her main envelopes, she folded the paper around the edges so that these, you know, the top and bottom were covered before she put the envelope around the edge on, which that is a look I would normally have gone with. That is what I would have preferred to have done. But you saw me in the last video, I got all giddy and carried away because I had managed to achieve what I was trying to achieve, and I just went ahead and stuck those on. So I'm not sure how I'm going to get around that, but I'll worry about that in a minute. So I decided, I went through all of my digitals that I have printed out, and I had two bee kits, and I don't know if you're aware, but my nickname when I was younger was Queen Bee, so quite appropriate. This kit is from the Digital Collage Club. I'm not sure what it's called. So because these are not printed out to the full size of the page, I may use some of these for some little journal pages in the book somewhere. I'm thinking maybe we'll have one signature that's, you know, normal size, and one that might be little papers like this. I'm not sure yet, but you know, I'm trying to use up what I already have printed out, trying not to print any more stuff out yet. So we will make do with these somehow, some way. So that's the first kit from the Digital Collage Club. And then the second set of papers I have is by Janie B Journals, and that was an Etsy buy, but I'm not sure if this kit's available on its own or if it's even a full kit, because this came when I made my daughter's wedding journal for her engagement. This was part of a set that had some wedding pages in, and I wanted the wedding pages, and as part of that bundle there was also this bee journal, which I love because I love the blue in this, and what else, there was a bicycle kit which I've also got to the side here printed out, and I think it was a yellow rose kit and a kit called Lady in the Hat. Now I'm not sure if they are all full kits or if they are just, you know, a selection of each of those kits all bundled together, but I will try and find, I'll try and find a link to just this, and if I can't find that, I'll find a link for what I actually purchased. And you'll see some of these are printed oddly because when I was printing them out, I was, you know, wasn't getting it quite right at that time. So I've got those two printed out, so I thought they would probably work together to do this. Now the first thing I need to do, I think, is to pop something in behind these windows to decorate, and then I can seal the pocket up. And I've got a window there to do, and a window here on the back to do. So I want to find something to go behind those windows first of all. Now I've had a quick look. I thought that might work in the window, so that's an option. I wonder if that would work at the bottom as well. Yeah, it probably would. So I've got, that's option number 1. That one is option number 2. And then I thought maybe this picture of the bottle of honey, that might work better at the bottom, I think. And then we've got these buzzy bees all together, or we could have this lady by the beehive. Again, that might look better at the bottom. These bees, but I'm not sure if that might be too busy. We have to be careful with the paper we used on the other side for that one. And I think that was all. Oh no, I think I was looking at this as well. Is it this one? Trying to get this old beehive in. That's quite nice. And then we could put in this bee sideways. Big bee like that. I think I might go with this one. I think that might look quite nice. So if I tear off this half, so I hope you're all well today. Are you having a go at one of these flippy flappy thingamajigs? Let me know if you are. Be interesting to know. Oh, that's handy because I can literally line that up with the edge, and I think that will look okay. So we can stick that there. If we rip that off there, we can stick that down right there. And this is just basic copier paper that I'm using. And obviously they're just basic normal junk mail envelopes, as you will have seen in the last video. But I'm assuming once I've, layered up all these different papers covering all the different sections, that it's all going to be sturdy enough. So that's my thinking. And if I used heavier weight papers, because there's going to be sort of several layers as we go through this on each thing, I think it might have become too stiff or bulky. What are you doing, Karen? Just put glue on completely the wrong side. Right, can I make that yes, let's put it, it's supposed to be stuck. That's going to be a pocket, so I don't want it on that side because it's going to stick. Right, okay, let's get some of that glue off and let's try again. Pop it on this side. I have to have a rummage and find my candle to get that glue off. What a numpty. Right, stick that down first. So we wanted that there, didn't we? Let's see how it looks. Which way does it need to go? This way. Lined it up to the wrong edge. It needs to go to that edge. Right, I'll pop that there. And that's the other side where we needed to get rid of the sticky as well. So, right, so that's looking okay. So, let's just press that home. I hope I'm not jogging everything too much. I feel like let's try and move the camera a little bit. Hopefully that will be a bit better. I won't keep disappearing off the edges. Right, now what I need to do there, grab my bit of candle, just run some wax over there to get rid of the sticky. So now that, you know, once I've done this one and I've got a better understanding of how this all works, where everything goes and what the decoration looks like, I think I may well make another one and decorate each envelope individually before I stick everything together. Right, that's not sticky now, so that's moved. That hasn't stuck at all. Right, looks like we're going to have one of those days today. Let's pop a little bit of wet glue on. Obviously the glue stick doesn't want to work today for some reason. So let's try line that up there. Let's just see if it's where we want it to be. Yep. Right. Where's my... So I hope you're all well and enjoying this little series. So this is turning out to be quite fun to make. It's something different. Haven't done anything quite like this before, and I'm enjoying it. So I hope you are too. Got glue all over my bone folder now. I have to give that a wash in a minute. Right, we'll leave that to dry, and then we need to choose something for this side. So let's just slide that along there while it dries, so that hopefully we don't get into trouble. And let's have another look at these that we had left. Quite like this lady. Could we get her in? How's she looking on screen? What do we think? Does she look quite nice? Got her. And what else did we have? Oh, we had that honey pot. But that would be lined right up with the edge there. And we had this with the bees. I'm not sure about that one. What else did I have? These as well, isn't it? This one, that looks quite nice. And then there was this bee on its side. Not sure if I like that. I mean, it looks quite good, but it's a really big bee. Not sure. Got anything else? Oh, he looks quite nice. I have an idea. Let's see if this will work. What have I just done with that ruler? Put it over here. Right, I'm going to chop that off. I'd have to be careful here. Put those papers out the way. I pop him there like that. Just about get his wings in. And I'm wondering if I can fussy cut this crown and put the crown on top. Maybe I should have paused while I was doing this. So I'm just wondering if I've got any news to tell you. I'm here on my own at the moment. My youngest daughter is at work. My husband has gone off to see his mum, who is in hospital. She's just had an operation. All went well, but she's come over from Ireland for this operation. So even though it's like 3 hours away from us where she is, she's not going to have, you know, visitors every day. So we're trying to take turns of, you know, within the family that's over here. I'm not sure if I can cut this. You know, to go up and see her to make sure that she has as many visitors as possible to keep her company. So that's where my husband is today, and I don't know why I was telling you that. There was a point to that story and now I've forgotten what it was. Watched a good programme last night. It was the George Michael documentary, Freedom Uncut. It was really good. I was a Wham fan in my younger days, and I've always loved George Michael. Not quite as much as Sting, but you know, he's up there. And this documentary he made just before he died, so it was quite interesting to see his perspective of things. So really enjoyed watching that. And I'm still watching Only Murders in the Building. I'm on the 2nd season of that now, and enjoying that. I'm hoping to go to the cinema. I want to see the 2nd Fisherman's Friends film. Loved the first one. I absolutely adore Cornwall. It's like my spiritual home. It's where I've always said I want to end up living. I'm hoping that we will retire there one day. And so, of course, as it's set down there, that's an added bonus. Beautiful scenery. Well, if it's anything like the first one. I haven't actually watched the 2nd one yet, so I'm hoping it's like the first one. And it's all the, you know, sea shanties that the fishermen sang, and it's the story of a group that actually made, you know, a group of fishermen that ended up making a record. And the first one was all sort of how all that came about, and then this one I think is following on sort of what happened next. So I'm really looking forward to going to see that. And there's another film coming out in the middle of September that I want to see. I can't remember what it's called, but it's Julia Roberts and George Clooney. So I'm sure somebody will mention in the comments what it's called, because the title escapes me at the moment. But that looks really good. Although sometimes when you've seen the trailer for things, they put all the best bits in the trailer and then the film's not actually as good as you think it's going to be. So I hope it's not going to be disappointing, but I'm really looking forward to seeing that. I saw the trailer for it months ago, probably, and I was really excited because I thought it was a film that was like just about to come out, and then I realised it wasn't going to be released for months. So I've been waiting for that one, so I hope I'm not going to be disappointed by the time I get to see it. So if you've seen anything good lately, let me know. I'm always on the lookout for things to watch. Although I have trouble keeping up with all the YouTube videos I want to watch, so why I'm looking for more stuff to watch on the TV, I don't know. But there you go. I think it's because when I watch YouTube, I want to pay attention to what people are doing, because you're learning, you know, new techniques or new ideas, or so I don't tend to want YouTube just playing in the background while I'm doing other things. I like to actually watch it, whereas the TV, you know, you can just put that on and chill out. So I'm just doing this ease bit to get that out the way. I did choose something really fiddly to decide to fussy cut, didn't I, on camera? But at least it's giving the other bit a chance to dry before I'm pulling stuff about again. Right, I have to be very careful inking this, but it does need inking because there are little bits of paper visible. Just go around there and around there. And what I thought was, sort of pop there like that. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to stick this on first. I think I should just try and ink it gently. If it tears, I can stick it back together when I stick it down, hopefully. I'm hoping that will be enough just to work. So let's use the Cosmic Shimmer because I do all these little fiddly bits. Well, Max is behaving today, he's not made any noise so far. So I've got the same setup here today. I've got the camera. Did I tell you my setup last time? I think I started telling you and got distracted. I've got my camera actually attached to a big hardback book, the tripod-y bit, and then I've got another hardback book on top of it to hold it in place. So if I do knock the camera, it's going to be a disaster because the whole thing's going to come tumbling down, but it's working for now. Right, let's see if that's about in the right place. So I've got that balancing on the windowsill because it was a bit tricky having the camera attached directly to the windowsill, which is how I tried things in the first place. Right, now I want to stick that down. I want to get it straight, so I need to tear this bit off. I don't really need to take anything else off. I know it seems a bit of a waste of paper, but it will be strengthening the envelope, so I don't mind. Yeah, so I've got the camera tripod. Well, it's not really a tripod. I keep calling it a tripod. The camera holder is on the windowsill attached to a book. There's another book on top of it holding it in place. So as long as I don't go near the windowsill, I should be all right. And then I've got the door shut and Max is downstairs with all the blinds closed and the radio on, so that hopefully he'll stay nice and calm and quiet. Right, if I can put some glue around the edges of this now. And it seems to be working at the moment, so this setup might do for now until I can get a proper table. I don't know how long that's going to be until I'll be able to do that, but still. Right, I want to try and centre that ish. How does that look? What do you think? Bit different. Right, so that's stuck on there. That is going to fold in there. That goes like that, and then over here, this bit, that's got to go in there, hasn't it? Hang on, we're getting in a muddle, aren't we? Let's start again. That's the front. Right, so this is what we've got so far then. We've got our flip, and there's our window. And we're going to open there. We need to cover that, but that's all going to be covered, so that'll be okay. That's going to flip there. That's going to flip there. I'm going to close it back up. Close that. We're on the back cover. And we've got a flip and a flat there with our queen bee, which is probably not at all correct, but we're using artistic license. And then we've got that one there. Now this fold seems to have moved a little bit, probably because of this paper that I've stuck. I probably should have let that dry before I tried to fold it. So we'll leave that open for a bit. So now that's going to be closed shut because it's going to be a pocket, but obviously we want to cover this so that this looks pretty for the pocket, because we don't want to see this. So we need some paper on here. Right, now I think I want to use this kit for the actual covery bits. Where are we? Where's all our background pages? Right. So let's have a look at what's going to look okay there, which we're probably not going to know really until we got these other bits down, are we? And do I want to go that way to make sure we can do the full envelope? Then I can fold over a little bit at the top. Right, so let's take the edges off of this. Really move over and do this in the middle of this table, because I've got that filing cabinet underneath the middle part of the table, which is this side, and it would, you know, there's a bit of something underneath then when I'm pushing down, but it's over there out of the way. Right, so if we have that in there and we go actually over the fold, then that will be a nice smooth surface when we want to put something in the pocket. The edges, we can fold those edges over, they'll be a bit tidier, and when it's dry it should fold nicely there. So let's do that, but we want to make sure we don't go over the window when we're folding, but we could tear those bits off afterwards if we go over the window. So yeah, we'll do that. So we're just, whoops, sorry, did I knock you? Let's just pop that down there. Right, let's get marked where the glue needs to go. So maybe about there. Right. And I feel like I need to be stitching this, but because I haven't made anything like this before, I have no idea where the stitching would need to go. You know, and I have glued all these things together now, and I did think when I got them all together, I thought, oh, I could just run the whole thing through the machine, but I don't think it will work like that. So I'm not going to risk it. But I say, once I've made one, I'll probably have more idea of what I'm doing, she says. And you know, if I made another one another time. Now I need to go that way, don't I? Because where's my fold? I forgot then I was going wanted to go over the fold. on this side to give it a bit of extra strength. So I'm hoping that is straight-ish. So then on this side, we're going to knit. Oh, I better not put that on there because my papers are there, they'll get the glue over them. I haven't got a big enough table. Right, so that is going to come down there, but I only want it to come sort of there up to that window. So let's see if we can tear that there. Just trying to think of the best way to do this. I don't want to try and lift up the whole and rip the whole book. Right, let's get that straight-ish. Straight-ish. My fold is there. So, oh, the light's reflecting on my ruler. I can't see if it's straight. I think that's straight. So that's going to come over there. So we'll pop a little bit of ink on that. On that edge. I'll probably, oh no, because that will be there. So let's try and get it done properly, Karen, before you stick it down. Maybe I should have inked the edge of the paper before I stuck it down. Novel thought. And then this part is going to come up here, but obviously I want to make sure it doesn't interfere with this. Oh, look at that, that was close. So that is going to come up there, and again I want to ink that so that if anything is visible once everything is stuck down, you know, it won't matter that they're showing because we'll have a little bit of ink there. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Right, so let's get a little bit of glue on those bits, pop them down. One there. One there. And then I will need to leave these to dry before I try and fold them, you know, here. So don't know where my card is that I usually use for that. So now that is our front. I don't want to fold this back up until that paper's all dried, but that's going to be our pocket. So we will need to cover this. I'm just thinking probably want to cover that before I stick it down because I want to trace that shape. So what are we going to have on this pocket? And is it going to go? Yeah, we'll do that over the edge as well. And then I will do something on the front at the end, I think, that will cover all of the bits and pieces. So let's think about this. Over again. Let's get rid of these edges again. Oops-a-daisy. It's not a good idea trying to do it on this table at all. Something to lean on. Right, I've just torn the edges off of there and inked around them because I'm not sure exactly how this is all going to be. And what I'm going to do is draw around. I should have just cut that really, it would have been more sensible, but still, don't now. Yeah, I'm going to trace this pattern or this shape here to match up with this envelope, hopefully. So we cut that out. I hope this is not too boring for you all, seeing how I'm doing this. Right, so we'll give that a bit of an ink, just because we've cut it. So that's done. And oops, need to. That was a bit heavy-handed, wasn't it? So in theory, that should fit on there. So let's put glue on it. Oh, I'm doing it again without my glue page underneath. Oh dear. Right, let's pop that along the edges there. I'm going to pop that down and go back in a minute with some more glue. Oh, I forgot to leave an edge to wrap around the bottom. Oh no, I didn't. There's a little bit there. Good. Right, so now we will leave that all the way because I am going to cover the front with something else as well. So this will be reinforcing everything underneath, making the whole thing stronger. and making sure there's no gaps. So it might look a bit collagey on the front by the time we've finished, but I'm sure it's going to look lovely. So that's that, and again, I don't want to fold this until it's dry, but there is going to be a fold here. So let's turn this back over and see what we need to be doing on this side. So we'll want these edges turned up. It's a bit wonky there, but still, that's all right. Oh, I've just said I'm not folding that until it's dry, and then I've folded it. I'm going to pop this over here like this. Obviously that's going to need to be trimmed. And then I think I'll leave that there for today, because I feel like I've been quite a long time already, although we haven't done very much. But I don't want to rush this, I want to try and get it right. So we'll pop that down over there, and this little bit down here. And try not to press too hard, because I want the glue to do the work rather than the weight. You know, I'm just trying to make sure the glue is spread underneath here, but I'm letting the glue do the work rather than the pressure. And then we need to trim these edges to tidy them up. So that one is very wonky there. That's going to have to do. I think we were a bit heavy-handed with the glue there. And we need to trim this one off. Let's turn this over. So I hope you're following all this and it's not confusing you too much. I'm just going to do this with my snips, and I'll give them a wash afterwards to get the glue off. So some of this is going to be, you know, have the torn look, and some of it's going to be more tidy with a trimmed look, but I don't think it's going to matter. It's a junk journal. Right, so once that's dry, I will re-ink that. So let's see where we're at without folding. So this is going to be folding around there to be a pocket. This is our cover with our flippy flappy bits. Is this dry yet? Can we? Yeah, we'll probably be all right to fold that. I do need to re-establish that fold because it's, right, where's the envelope? There. So that fold needs to be a little bit more this way. So I just want to make sure it's in the right place. Near enough. Right, so we've got our queen bee type thing going on there on the back with our flippy flappy, and then the rest of this is the front, this is the pocket that's going to be on the other side, this is our flippy flappies on the front, and that's going to be the lining of our pocket when that's closed. So I hope that makes sense. I don't want to fold this until this is all completely dry, so I want to leave that flat for now. So I hope you get what we've done there, and that all made sense to you, and I hope you're enjoying watching me play about with all this. Thank you for joining me today. I'll be back again in another couple of days to carry on with this, but in the meantime, take care. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like if you've enjoyed it and subscribe to watch the rest of the series. Thanks very much. Bye bye.